Hi. Living in Boulder vlog. Turn comments back on YouTube for the children. It's like 10:30 or 40 or whatever right now. Oh, I don't think I'm almost done with my energy drink. Pretty much done with Reefer. Ran out of Reefer and it's already the 4th. I got like 45 big ones of Reefer, $45 worth of Reefer, a quarter or whatever. Just a couple days ago, my roommate got a little bit off me a couple times, but oh no, I'm almost out. I think and like the time before that, I ran out of Reefer real quick too. So I think and I sit here and I smoke all the time. I think my Reefer tolerance has gone out of control. I was thinking about it today and I kind of liken it to brakes on a truck. You know, smoking weed is kind of like being a trucker driving down a hill. You know, like if you smoke weed all the time, you'll burn out. So if you're driving down the truck and you're just riding them near brakes, the brakes are gonna melt, and then next thing you know, you're going too fast and you're pushing down on the brakes and it ain't doing shit because it's just melted and it's just sliding. You know, like how water melts on the ice when you're ice skating and it just slides. And that's kind of like the same way, getting out of control with weed. You just, you know, smoking weed's like riding the brake, and then you just smoke too much weed, and then tolerance gets out of control, and then you're just smoking weed all day long, and you're not even high. So I think I have gotten out of control, and now I'm just sliding. I'm like, my truck is out of control, and I'm here smoking weed, trying to get high, and ain't nothing counting out. But the main thing that's wrong is that I feel like shit, like level 10 shit, like, oh my God, am I gonna die shit, like headache. I think I got like a headache the other day, migraine, where I couldn't see, and had a breath all the time, and then the weed and asthma. Oh yeah, last night I had asthma so bad for a few hours, I was just sitting there, but I was too lazy to get my inhaler, and then it took me forever for the inhaler to fix, and so, I mean, like the secondary rescue inhaler. I have my Advair. I need to go get more Advair, but I'm too high to go get more Advair, so it's because I'm too into my project, you know, and I keep finding myself more and more out of control that way too, more and more projects, thinking that I'm going to get done. This is a fruit roll-up. I almost never get them. But I think I'm going to be done on something, and then I'm like, I basically get overconfident. I'm like, oh, wow, look how fast I'm doing this. This is awesome. Well, I should do that next thing then, shouldn't I? And then come back on this when I'm done with that other one. So I go on a tangent, and then I go on a tangent on a tangent, and then it's a tangent on a tangent. For example, I was working on my Bike Racer level page because I wanted to see if I could go ride my bike and stuff when I moved back to Boulder. And then I started another project because my computer was too slow. Google Earth. I've told this story before, but let me just tell it again real fast. Google Earth, Caribou, Colorado. And then the tangent, before I was done, I tangented into Google Earthing Boulder. Before I was done, I tangented into Google Earthing Rome. And before I was done, I tangented into Google Earthing Atlantis. And before I was done, I tangented into doing the Exceed 4000. And before I was done, I tangented into doing New York, and that's where I am now, doing New York. As soon as I'm done with New York, I can finish Exceed 4000, and then I can finish Atlantis, and then I can finish Rome, and then I can finish Boulder, and then I can finish Caribou. Oh no, but between tangenting into Atlantis and Exceed 4000, I did nuclear bombs. So like, Google Earth Polygon tool recreate every single nuclear bomb ever done and all the damage it ever did. So I did a lot with the one in the Bikini Atoll. I know exactly. I drew it. This boat's next to it, but I'll have to put that up later. I've been trying to upload my Exceed 4000 book file today, but it doesn't go. I think there's an image in there that's too big, like maybe my spiral image. So whenever I get around to it, I guess I'll take the images off and see if I can upload it without the images and see if it goes. My extra. It's called extra file. That won't upload either. That's the one that had all my little bike racer level stuff in there with Atlantis. And that won't go up. Maybe it has too big of a, it has a image in there that's too big, or maybe one of the folders is too big. Maybe that'll do it. If one of the folders is too big just with files. I don't know, but I haven't had time to upload it. I need to, in order backing up, I think I have Apple, and that stores, and I pay that $3 a month for that. That stores my files on the offline. And then I have Carbonite on top of that, but I should, and my third backup was putting it on my website, but it won't, Dreamweaver won't upload these, so I'm gonna, tomorrow or today, as soon as I can, I'm gonna drag it onto my external, which I haven't for a while, because I haven't even plugged it in for a while. Drag it on there, and then maybe in another external. Yeah, I need to get on that quick. But today I spent all day long tracing buildings. It's difficult because the buildings in New York were designed, each one was differently. Ow, heartburn. Each one was designed differently, and you can't even tell how they're designed, because when you put it on 3D, like, the only reason I'm doing this is because they haven't figured out yet how to just copy their little 3D models of buildings as an individual file right off Google Earth, and then put it onto your own website, like in another location or whatever, or just that one. But so I have to build it myself. But it's difficult because if you do 3D, it doesn't help at all, because the way that it, you can't look at it from the top, because all you see is the top level. You don't see the rest of it because of the 3D of it. And if you have it flat, you can't see it because the satellite sees it from an angle. So you're not looking at it from the top. So there is no way to look at the building from the top. All you can do is look at it from the side and then guess what it looks like on the other side. And they're not always symmetrical anyway. So, and they're complicated designs. And I'm not going to waste my time trying to get it right. I'm not trying to like be a perfectionist on this. So I'm basically getting the general idea of the video. The image, the building. And then drawing in the general idea, and then height it to the right height. It's the right size, right general shape, so it'll basically give you the right idea. And right now I'm doing it on Google Earth. On the location of New York, because it's easier, because I can, if I need to, and I haven't really done it that much, but I can make the image of the building, 3D building, up and right there, and then look at it and then make it small again and then tinker. Plus, I wanted it to exist in both. Originally, I only wanted to have the one that was at the height, but not the model on both on New York. But then I figured, fuck it, do the model there, because then you can look at New York, and then the same model and the Exceed 4000, and then you compare them better. And then you compare them also, my model compared to their model, Google Earth. And I think there's advantages to mine, because the different parts of the building jump out at you more when they're different colors. So that's what I was doing all day today, is just looking down and tracing. And I got up to, I think I started at like 18, or maybe it was 40 today, because maybe it's 3 days, I can't remember. And now I'm at like 130, so I don't have that many left, only like 15 or 20 left more. But I was doing other things today too. I got up kind of early at like 8 or 10 or something, because I'm pretty much diurnalized because I fall asleep at night. And went to my mom's house. She was freaking out and just wanted me to do different things for her. So I vacuumed her house, did her dishes, and then did some other like chores. And she even said she was going to pay me $15 an hour. So I was going to write an hour. I forgot to do it, but I'll do it tomorrow, because I'll take the money. I'll write the hour on her calendar. And so, yeah, I normally, my habit is to call her every morning, every single day when I get up, and go, hey, you want to go on a ride? But instead, when I call her, I'm going to go, hey, do you want any help with the house? Because she's going to work for one more year. She's an aromatherapy teacher, and she says she's too old to work, and she's sick of it and tired. She's 78, almost 79, and but still needs the money. So she works for one more year. Then she says she'll be able to live on her $1,300 a month. Shit, I guess I'm not supposed to give that information out. Everybody in my family is totally private. So anyways, for the next year then, her final year of working, I'm going to call her every day. Just be like, hey, you want any help? Can I come over and help you, please? with anything. Come on. Just help her with the little things. Let's see if I can go on a ride with her. And it's good for me. And actually, anyways, I feel like shit right now. Oh, yeah, because then I went to my roommate. Roommate's going to buy a house. He was looking at this house up in the mountains for $600,000. But it looks like it's worth way more than that. It seems like, because it's just up in Lee Hill, up, what's it called? Sawthorne, whatever. The first left up Lee Hill. Half mile up on the left, and it's up on the side of the hill, and it's like this nice-ass house, and it's got a little shed in the back. And I took him up there, and I looked at it, and I'm like, fuck, I should be a roommate up here. Live up there in the mountains, on my own little building. Build a loft in there, have a double level, and blast music all the time as loud as I want. It's on 2.6 acres, walk around the woods and stuff. And then just rent my apartment here out, and maybe pay less. Maybe pay less money. That way I don't have to worry about getting a roommate, because he was going to move out. I was going to have to get a roommate right away, because I can't afford to live here by myself. And I don't like the idea of getting a roommate. I don't know. I'd have to find a roommate that doesn't mind me being here all the time, but I'm in my room. I don't never leave my room. But, yeah, I'm not going to be making money off my website anytime soon. So, because I have to add words to my website before it'll probably get enough hits to make money. I got demonetized by Google. Plus, I have to get my Power of 10 page has images that I got lifted off Google, but not off like the paid sites. So I've got like other people's images, like not completely official on my Power 10 page. And Flickr said they'd delete my whole channel if I don't get it off. But that was months ago, and they never did. So before I can make money, I need to replace those. I need to get a membership at the paid thing, but I think they're $250 a month for that. So maybe I'll get the lower and see if I can get it with not that many images, but I need a lot of images. Or maybe I'll get the lower one just to replace those. But I actually got the message from them the day after I asked these people for permission to use their images, just from screen captures off their videos from Ice Age changes from the University of Colorado, I think, imaging or whatever, like the geophysics or geology department or whatever. And then I think that it was them. And then instead of responding, they didn't fucking respond to me. They just complained to me to YouTube. So, and then there was Flickr. And then there was somebody else. This person made one about the population of the Earth as time goes forward, and I used that also. I got screen captures from the video, and that person never responded to me. And I put that on my Flickr, so maybe it was one of those two motherfuckers. But anyways, so I need to get the original Power 10 thing off. But, yeah, and those other screen captures, I don't think they're going to find them on the paid site. So those people are going to have to like communicate with me. It's too bad people don't communicate in this world. I think people don't want to communicate with me. I'm like a pariah because I have a website that's not finished. That's the ultimate sin, is to have a website that's not finished, no matter how amazing it is. But the thing is, once I'm done with my website, it'll like launch me into stratospheric levels like immediately. It'll be as though I was never with a website that was unfinished. It was as though I always was finished. But I need to hold off financially until then. So I don't know. I might live with my roommate up there in the mountains, because then I could just lock myself in that room and stay there. And I actually called the internet people, and they said the internet comes through the phone jack. So I was like, "Do you guys have internet even if it's in the mountains?" So anyways, I love doing these videos with my eyes closed because I can concentrate on what I'm saying better. So yeah, hopefully tonight the thing. I've been smoking tons of more weed, and I also been feeling worse, and I'm feeling really bad. I think I may be crashing physically. I don't know, maybe the thing that pushed me over the edge was having this computer on my chest all the time with the screen in my face instead of working with my big screen TV, or just my age without exercising. But I'm starting to get so much pain physically just from lack of exercise, blood cartilage. I might have to start exercising just to feel okay for the first time in my life, which is something that I always dreaded. I always wanted to be an athlete since I was 10, sort of bike racing. I always wanted to be an athlete, but my idea of being an athlete is being the best you can be, and so you're physically you're trying to go, and then you rest, and then you go and you rest, and so everything revolves around that. But I was always forbidden from exercise because neither of my parents did it, and they saw it as being something that costed too much money, and that would make people not like you, so that you wouldn't ever get hired, or they wouldn't let you volunteer anywhere. So I so then I got too old, and I started being involved or interested in other things, and now I have to do my website. But now physically I'm falling off the edge. But now I have to exercise. But the idea of exercising just a couple hours a day when I really want to do this, and if I exercise, it might remind me how out of shape I am. So I'd like to do it all the time so I can get actual in shape. So I don't know. It's hard for me to be balanced. So, but if I have to, I have to. Just an hour a day, get in the habit of it. One advantage is where I live now is there's a pool right here in my apartment complex, and I've got a bunch of exercise equipment here, plus a gym right over there. And I don't know, maybe my across the street, maybe my membership is still active, but I couldn't work it where I just leave and I'm literally gone for an hour. And so if I deem it that I'll be more productive exercising, because it's getting to the point where I'm not as productive not exercising than I would be if I were to take an hour off and exercise and then come back, because I can't work, because I can't lie down because I feel like shit. So I have to sit up, and then I have to smoke weed to feel better, but that doesn't really make me feel better. And then I get an energy drink, and that doesn't make me feel better. And so I'm sitting here smoking weed, and then I'm like, oh my God, I have to lay down again, but that'll give me a headache. And then I lay down, and then I work a little bit and I get a headache, and I have to go, oh my God, and then I sleep a lot. So if you add all that up, all that resting, it's actually more than an hour of resting. When if I were to just go swim for an hour or run for an hour or something, come back, I would be working that entire time without being like, oh God, I think I'm dying. So yeah, I think I might give it one more day, because I get up feeling like shit too. I'm gonna give it one more day, because today was not very productive. I only got from building number 40 until building number 130 or whatever. And if I go like that, I'm never going to go anywhere. So, the idea would have been get through all of it in one day, and then maybe half of the ones. I have to build them twice, you know what I mean? So I'll look at it tomorrow, and we'll see how things go. Plus, I'm spending too much money. I feel like shit, and I need to comfort eat. I've been getting Taco Bell the last few days, and I got a 6-pack of beer last night, and junk food, and then I'll blow all my money too. And if I were to be healthy, then I wouldn't want to be craving junk food, and so I'd be working. So I'm gonna see how it goes tomorrow. But if I'm fucked tomorrow, then I guess I'll have to go out and do the hour a day of exercise, and listen to a book or something. I was still listening to that brain science book today. The girl was talking about something about these different people have different parts of their brain working differently. I want to listen to that again and actually write it on my website somewhere. Yeah, we'll see how I feel. So after this video, I had a headache too, and when I didn't have a headache, a migraine where I couldn't see, I had a headache throughout me. So, oh my God, yeah. See, the thing is, I'm probably cutting quality of life away. This is what my mom keeps telling me, and then overall life. So that's going to give me an overall productivity that's lower too from lack of exercise. So we'll just see how it goes tomorrow. I watch every once in a while. I watch Joe Rogan clips because I think I'm subscribed to him or whatever. I don't know. They're always there. And I watch Joe Rogan. And he's interviewing people, and he's always like, "You got to get exercise." Whenever he says that, I'm like, "Oh God, dude, shut up, dude." So anyway, we'll see how I feel tomorrow. So I might have to do it. And then lift weights. I like lifting weights, even though I'm so weak. I have all the weights things here, and I could just lift weights in here slowly. Will be fun. Get something to get my blood flow up. Because the exercise with my mom, that's not exercise. I mean, unless I'm running, but I can't run. I also want to train myself to run. I need to run just a little bit a day because I can only run 750 meters. I think I tried to run 3 times. The first time I made it 1.5 miles. And then the second time, I tried to go twice. The first time I made it 1.5 miles. And then the second time I only made it 750 meters before my left calf tore. I don't know if that had anything to do with my left injured ankle or my left knee, which isn't as good as my right knee for cycling. but my right knee I think has more problems running. But yeah, now it's my left calf. It's like way up in the middle of the calf, just tears. So I'll go and see about that. And yeah, because if I do enough runs, maybe it'll firm up enough where I'll actually be able to run, you know. But yeah, like I'm so out of shape when I run. My whole body is like working. It's like lifting weights. My whole body's doing every single strength that it can muster to keep myself upright. And I feel it around my midsection, the muscles, my back muscles and stomach muscles are just like, oh, you can do it. And I'm just like burning, literally burning. And, you know, it's really painful, but it's something that I feel like I can handle, you know. It's kind of like running at a 10-minute mile to me. It's very similar to like riding a bicycle up a pass, like where you're holding a big backpack on your back and you're standing up and you're like trying to, or mountain bike, and you're trying to, every step, you're in a granny gear trying to stay up without having to put your foot down. That's what like running to me is like. So it's kind of like still enjoyable in that way, you know. It's not like an overkill for me. So anyway, enough talking. Yeah, tomorrow we'll see how I do with the exercise. If I start exercising, fuck it. And then maybe I'll start doing the videos where I'm exercising. By videos in Kyle's gym video, and then maybe even live a balanced life recording. I don't know, but kind of out of control with this work, you know. Work within work within work. I need to get done. But I think it's worth it. Now let me say why. New York City is the mother of all cities. It's my country. It's artistically made, all the buildings. One thing people don't realize about buildings is that they're built to last. And I think that we should build buildings to last because we use less resources. You know, when I was in college, I was thinking about getting into building straw bale houses and just like houses out of, and make it popular, you know, getting into law and stuff, houses out of reusable materials, because we were cutting down all the trees so that we can build people's houses, and we're overpopulating. And so, you know, to be a good way to curb. So, anyways, oh my God, how the hell did I get there? Oh yeah, why? And so we should get in the habit of building things to last. You know, instead of just build, because a lot of times I think we tear down buildings and build up buildings because it's all the culture and the, crookedness of people. They do it so that people can make money and keep the economy going, you know, tear down, break up, and it just uses it pollutes and it uses resources. So we need to build buildings to last, and you can build buildings to last. The Empire State Building was built in 1931, and it's built to probably fall down, if we weren't to tend to it, fall down within 50 to 100 years. But it's built in bits and pieces, and you can replace those bits and pieces as they age out, meaning the building can last forever and ever. In 1,000 years, the Empire State Building still exists, and all the other buildings are like that. And so that's how we need to think. You know, we need to just build a building and leave it there, and you know, and use our resources to, you know, give people health care, and, you know, build better roads and stuff like that. So if you can become familiar with the layout of a building and of a city, and then it can be your city, and then it'll give us, you know, more of a aversion to tear buildings down. Older buildings are, you know, they get historic status, and it's harder to tear them down. But, you know, same thing with the animals. We only have like 50 mountain lions or 50 bears in the mountains outside of here. If we were to name all those animals and bears and show where they live, and then make everybody mountain bike up there, if everybody was a mountain biker and was in there with the mountains and knew all the animals that existed, then every single time somebody wanted to build a new house up in the trees, and, you know, cut a bunch of trees down to build a new house because people keep popping out babies, then everybody would be, but hold on, maybe we shouldn't do that because, you know, Johnson, the bear and the lion are in those woods, and we don't want Johnson because we only have 30 bears and lions now, and last year, 10 years ago, we had 40. I mean, that means in 10 years we'll have 20. Like, let's cut it now. It'll help us preserve that way much better if we're watching it, you know, giving it attention. So yeah, so that's why. And plus, for scale, you know, I want to show how big the Exceed 4000 building is compared to New York, because everybody knows New York, everybody's been to New York, and to show, so you literally put transfer New York there and put it in the building, and then you're going to get an idea what the building's like. And for when you're down walking around in the city, you kind of feel like you're in New York, because it's the actual buildings, and the buildings themselves are a beautiful work of art. And to look at them in the cartoon sense with the different colors, where they're, you know, the different designs cut out at you is a worthwhile endeavor. And you can do, if you want to do a TV show in there, you can do it in there. And, because like with the Google Earth worlds that you make, cities and stuff, you can do the video tool to do videos, screen capture videos, but also screen capture locations, so you can do vantage point here, and go click here, and literally give you a tour of there, like you're a tour guide. So it's really exciting. So anyways, hopefully I can be done with these buildings before too long. And if I don't get done with them, I guess I'll just have to start exercising out of necessity. But at least I'll feel better physically, and I won't spend all of my money, because the way that I'm spending money, I don't get that much. I barely get enough money to survive, and I have all my credit card bills. So I bought this really expensive bike last year, but because I thought I had more money then, but now I don't. So yeah, I need to not spend money, and if I spend as much money as I did now on all this crap that I don't need, then foods, then I'll be out of control. So if I exercise more, yeah, it will help me spend less money. So as long as I don't ride my bike. I got in my big time trouble with money this year, because I was riding my bike, and then I bought a bunch of bike equipment, and we got my bike fixed, and that sent me under. But if I just stick it to lifting weights in my room and swimming in the pool, and then running around my house, then I'll be fine. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do, and then hopefully get a hold of things. But the thing is, after I do the Exceed 4000, I really have to do Jetsons City, and I want to do it right, so it might take a week, and I have to finish and then the future buildings and the other buildings. But I'll do cities with future buildings and around Atlantis. But I will do it a lot more simply, so not as detailed as the XC4000. This is like my special building, but it's my one big creative thing. Artwork. Like, this is gonna make me feel like an artist. Before, I kind of felt like a crazy ass fucking lunatic collector of information, just sitting here making lists. But after I make that building, I'll be like, damn, that's an artist. That's a work of art. I'm an artiste. So I can put that on my list of like things that I do. Artist. Reference XC4000. So anyways, oh my god, almost a half hour. Alrighty, so that's enough talking, and I will talk to you tomorrow, and hopefully I'll probably be working on building these buildings. Hopefully not in New York. Hopefully I will have done all of them in New York, and I'll be in the process of building them in Atlantis, hopefully. But we'll see. Okay, talk to you tomorrow.